Give y'all a round of applause for Andre Green.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? So I heard that half of y'all was sleeping out here. Oh, okay, yeah, right. So let's see something. How many of you guys, by a show of hands, believe in manifestation? Okay. Everybody that raised their hand, stand up for me. I'm going to ask y'all one more time. How many of y'all believe in manifestation? Raise your hands. Some of y'all still ain't raised your hands yet. Okay. Then I do this on a regular basis. The louder you scream, the more money that will be coming to you. So when I count down from 3, I need to hear y'all really let it out because that's going to determine how much money y'all getting this year. I didn't get there yet. Wait. I said when I count. What's wrong with black people? Y'all listen. All right. 3, 2, 1. It's not. Y'all going to be real broke in 2023. All right, let's try it one more time. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody take a seat. Take a seat. So there's a couple things I will be doing while I'm up here today. One of them is I will be giving away actual cash from the stage. Now, to qualify for the cash, there's 2 things you have to do. One, you need to follow me on Instagram. Right? So I'm going to give you my Instagram right now. PowerPoint person, do me a favor, go to the very last slide in my PowerPoint. So my Instagram is @Andre_talks_green. What y'all laughing at? Did that make sense? All right, one more time. It's Andre Talks Green, but in between each word is an underscore. So @Andre_talks_green. The QR code is on the screen for a reason. I know a lot of you guys were saying that you couldn't see the PowerPoint. So if you take a picture of the QR code right now, put in the little info, you'll download the actual presentation before I start. That way you guys can follow along, and if you guys have any questions, don't ask me, okay? I'll give you guys a couple minutes to put that together. First trivia question. What weighs more? Raise your hand with the answer and I will call you. A 5-pound bag of rocks or a 5-pound bag of feathers? Right there, against the wall. What's the answer? All right, come on up. Ola is over here to my friend. Everyone say hola to Ola. So Ola's gonna verify. That question was $20. So, look who gets it. Okay. All right, here you go, sir. Thank you very much. All right, that was the first one. I'll do one more real quick before I start. Okay, did everyone get a chance to take a picture of the QR code? All right, please go back to the beginning of the slide. Second question. What 3-letter word starts with gas? Right here. The answer can't be gas. It's a 3-letter word that starts with gas. Right here. That is the answer. See, Ola. So, the first question is, do you follow me? Okay, go ahead. He's got to verify. As long as he verifies, then then you're good. That was a $50 question. Okay, so what I'm going to be talking about today, let me do my intro, right? So my name is Andre. I am the founder and CEO of Seneca Village Insurance. So I have a full-service insurance brokerage. We cover life insurance, homeowner insurance, rent insurance, car insurance, truck insurance. If the word insurance is in it, we can provide service to you. Today, I will be talking to you guys about how you can use life insurance to invest into other assets, build your wealth, protect your family, and build generational wealth, okay? So, next slide. All right, some of the things we're gonna cover today: term insurance, whole life insurance, using insurance as a savings vehicle, the tax benefits, the different types of insurance companies, the misconceptions about insurance. Next slide. Okay. How many of you guys, how many of you guys have a cell phone? Raise your hands. Okay. Put your hands down. How many of you guys have life insurance? Oh, you guys are pretty good. Because normally when I ask that question, everyone raises their hand for the first one, and a quarter of the room raises their hand for the second one. So because you guys are so smart, I'm so happy for you guys. Give yourselves a round of applause. Next slide. So, can't hear you. Okay. So, term insurance. Term insurance is similar to what I call car insurance, right? You have it for a specified amount of time, 10, 20, 30 years. It only covers you if something happens, which is how car insurance works. If you don't get into an accident, they don't pay you out. So with term insurance, if you don't pass away, they don't pay the benefit. Whole life insurance, well, let me say this also about term insurance. Term insurance is what I call cover your assets, right? If you own anything, I mean, real estate, you have stocks, you have anything that has intrinsic value to it, you should at least have term insurance. That way, if you have a mortgage on it or you owe any debt on anything, when you pass away, the life insurance will pay off the debt and you can pass the asset on to whoever's supposed to get it debt-free. That is the way to pass generational wealth. Giving someone $500,000, $1 million, $2 million does not create generational wealth. You just gave someone who doesn't know how to manage money most times a whole bunch of money. They're gonna lose it. So you worked all these years to get it, and trust me, if you have kids like I have, my son, he's gonna spend all my money as soon as I'm gone. So I gotta set it up so he can't hurt himself. So one of the ways to do that is through a trust, and I know we're talking about that today, but the proper way to do it is pass on a cash flowing asset debt-free. When you don't owe any money on it, it makes a lot more money for you. Whole life insurance. It's known as womb to tomb coverage. So from the day that you get it, as long as you pay your premiums, your life insurance policy will stay with you. Whole life insurance is the basis for infinite banking, and we're going to talk about the different types of infinite banking in a second. IULs, a lot of people have been asking me about that since I've been here the past 2 days, and we're going to touch on that in a second. Whole life insurance is more expensive than term insurance because there's a guaranteed death benefit. It doesn't matter if you pass away 2 weeks from when you get it or 75 years later. As long as your policy's in place, the insurance company has to pay it out. So they charge you a little bit more because you know for a fact they're going to send the money to someone that's not you most of the time. Withdrawals are available with a whole life policy. There's no cash value, there's no equity built up in a term policy. So if you have a term policy, that's great. It'll cover what you need to cover. If you have a whole life policy and it's set up properly, which is the most important part, you have to set up the whole life insurance properly. If it's set up properly, you have the ability to put money into it. It will grow tax-free. You can borrow from it and invest that money somewhere else. If you wanted to take out all of the cash that was in your whole life policy and put it in your bed and sleep on it, you could. It's a very bad idea. Don't nobody do that. But it's available to you. It's your money. Next slide. So this is okay, let me say this in the beginning. Do not compare life insurance to any other investments. Life insurance is not an investment. So don't compare it to real estate. Don't compare it to the stock market. Don't compare it to anything else except for a bank account. Because an insurance policy is set up the same way a savings or a checking account can be set up. So if all of you guys probably have bank accounts, because you're in this room, because you guys are so smart, you guys know that the banks do not give you any money on your money. They're giving you, on average, this is before the rate started to go up, but 0.03%. If you put $10,000 into a savings account at 0.03% APY, at the end of 1 year, after giving them $10,000, they're going to give you a whopping $3.33. Who wants that? Raise your hands. No, nobody wants that? All right, cool. So most of us who drink coffee cannot buy a Starbucks cup of coffee with $3.33. So why would you give them your money for such a long period of time and not get anything for it? Next slide. Using your insurance policy as your savings vehicle will change the way that you manage your money. So these are some things that you can do with your policy, right? You put the money in there, and it will grow through compounded interest, on average 4 to 6% annually. So pretty much what I'm saying is you give the insurance company $10,000, they're giving you 4 to 6% of your money every single year. The part that's a little bit different with an insurance company is that you're getting compounding interest. How many of you know about compounding interest? Raise your hands. Okay, everybody. You guys are so smart. I love this. This is great. So when we're going to talk about compounding interest in a second, because that's the gasoline on the fire when we start talking about how do I generate wealth. Inside of your life insurance policy, a whole life policy, if you set it up properly, you have the ability to, we're going to use $10,000 for the entire presentation. That's just a number I like to use because, all you guys have money and $10,000 is nothing to you guys. So $10,000 going to a policy. You have to pay for your actual life insurance. And for this example, we're going to say life insurance costs $1,000. So $10,000 minus $1,000 leaves you with how much? $9,000. That $9,000 is what's going to be growing in the account at the 4 to 6% annually. You have access to up to 80% of that $9,000 to do whatever you want to do with it. If you decided, I don't need the money right now, I'm not going to touch it, you leave it in your account. It will continue to grow at that same 4 to 6% year after year after year. When you need to take some money out, so let's say you need a down payment for a piece of property, or you want to buy a business, or you want to invest in the stock market, or you just need extra capital for something, you can have access up to 80% of your money 30 days after it's in the account. So if, for argument's sake, January 1, you got your new life insurance policy, on February 2nd, you say, I need $5,000 real quick because I have to go fix my car. Your money is available to you to take out to go fix your car. You call the bank, and I'll go through the process of what it happens when you want to borrow the money. Next slide. But you have access to your money. Here's my fun question. Would you rather $1 million today or a double penny over 30 days? Can't hear y'all. I'm hearing a bunch of answers. What is it? A penny doubled. Okay. Next slide. This is the magic of compounding interest. This does not happen in your insurance policy, so don't nobody ask me that question. This is just an example of what compounding interest can do for money. So if you take that penny on day 1, you have a penny. Day 10, for those of you who can't see, you have $5.12. Day 20, you have $5,242.88. Day 25, you have $167,000. Day 28, you have $1.3 million. And between day 28 and day 30, you go from $1.3 million to $5.3 million because of compounding interest. So this is what happens inside of your policy, not like this, but when you get your interest from the insurance company, you put your money in as your premium for your deposit. That goes into the account. Then the insurance company gives you your interest, your 4 to 6% on top of your money. And then the next year, they're going to give you interest not only on your money that you put in there, but their money that they gave you, plus the new money you put in there, plus the interest that they gave you, and over and over and over again. And that's how your insurance account will grow over time. Next slide. So let's pretend you have $10,000 over 10 years, because that's my favorite number right now. You've accumulated $100,000 in what you've put into your account over 10 years. And now you say, I found a piece of property and I want to go invest in it, but I need a down payment. Most people take their down payment from where? Savings or checking account, right? So it's money you're pulling from the bank. When you do that, what happens to the money that was in your bank account? Okay, somebody talk to me. It's gone, right? The money is gone. So 2 things happen. One, you've now withdrawn the money from your bank account, so you're not getting what anymore? You're no longer getting interest on your money. Those little pennies they were giving you for the coffee, it's gone too. So no more coffee. You took the $50,000 out, the interest has stopped, and now you bought the asset, right? You bought the piece of real estate. That was your down payment. So $100,000 minus $50,000 equals how much? $50,000. Next slide. If you did the same exact thing with your insurance policy, this is what happens. Same $100,000, same $50,000 down payment. But when you get a loan from an insurance policy, you don't stop what? The compounding interest. And that's the secret sauce. That's the part they don't tell you about. Well, I want to be my own bank. How does that happen? This is where it happens. Because when you do a withdrawal, you're not taking out your money. You're getting a loan against your money for the $50,000. So what's in your actual account, 100 minus 50 is how much? 100. Because you never took your money out. So you're still getting the compounding interest on the $100,000 like you never took it out. Next slide. So I'm going to say this 25 times before I get off the stage. If you borrow money from your insurance policy, you should always pay it back. I know some of y'all want to go to the club and pop a bottle and have a great time. That's not what the money's for, but it's your option. The reason why I tell you to pay it back is because as long as the money's in the account, you can rinse and repeat the process over and over and over again. Trivia question. How many insurance policies can one person have? Nobody raised their hand. Everybody's talking. Oh, okay. It's unlimited. All right, so that's half right, so I'm going to give you the money for it. Hola. So the answer to the question is there's no actual limit, but there is a financial component to how many policies one person can have. What happens when you go through insurance through a company, the insurance company wants to make sure that you can afford it. They're not just giving out free money to anybody who asks them for it. Sorry, gotta make sure that money's ready for it. I don't want to get in trouble. So as long as they do the financial analysis on you and you can financially afford a new policy, they'll issue you a new policy. And this will go on for as long as you can financially afford it, they'll keep giving you policies. So this is the process to get a loan from an insurance company. How many of you guys have bought a house before? Okay. How many of you guys have got a car loan before? Okay. The reason why I asked those two questions is because you guys know what the process is to get a loan. They want to know where do you work? How long have you worked there? They want to know your bank account information. They want to know your dog's name. They want to know your kid's name. They want blood types. They want all this information to lend you money, to put you in debt so that you can pay them back. They qualify you to give you the money. If you went through an insurance company to take out money from your policy, these are the questions that they ask you. How much would you like to withdraw? You tell them the amount, up to 80%, and the reason why it's capped at around 80% is that they don't want you to make the policy insolvent. So you have to leave some money in there for the movement of the policy itself. The second thing they ask you is, how would you like to receive the money? You have the option of getting a live paper check, for some of you who still like the snail mail, or you can get a direct deposit into your account, ACH. The third thing they ask you is, have a nice day. That is your qualification process to get a loan from your insurance policy. Now, the question I would ask you is, why is it so easy? And the answer is because it's your money. When you go to the bank, what does the bank ask you to make a withdrawal? I need to verify it's you, and how much do you want? That's all they need to know. So the real difference is that you are borrowing money from the insurance company, but it's collateralized against your own money. They already holding your money. They know you have the money. So they don't need to put you through the dog and pony show of trying to give you more money. It's already there. Hold my little bag for me while I go get this other bag, and I'll come back and pay you guys back, maybe. But what should you always do? Pay it back. Next slide. So this is my favorite part. This is not a trivia question, but I'm going to give somebody money for this anyway. What is the number one thing that you should try to avoid in your life? Taxes. Come on up. Hola. The reason why avoiding Uncle Sam the legal way, we're not talking about tax evasion, nobody wants to go to jail, right? But when you avoid Uncle Sam the legal way, you save so much money. And when you save money, it gives you the opportunity to do what? Make more money. So with life insurance, you get to do all these fun things. You get to grow your cash value in your account. That grows tax-free. You get to take, it says distributions, which I will change, but you can get to take a loan against your money. That money coming out to you is tax-free because you don't pay taxes on a loan, ever. I don't care what kind of loan it is. The third thing is when you pass the money to your beneficiaries, it goes to them tax-free. There is no other vehicle on the planet that allows you to do those three things at any point in time without paying taxes. Next slide. Types of insurance companies. So all insurance companies are not created equal, okay? And this is really important for you guys to know because you have to know who you're talking to and why they're telling you what they're telling you. Stock companies are what you guys normally know. All the big ones, Allstate, AIG, Prudential, State Farm, Geico, Travelers. The reason why you know their name and their names on buildings and arenas and all that stuff is because these companies are operated like a traditional business stock company. The CEOs and executives of those companies only care about one thing. Do you know what that one thing is? The stock price. So however much money they make, it's good, but they really care about what does their bonus look like because that's tied to the stock market. So they want to keep their stock price up as high as possible. Why does that matter to you? If you have a life insurance policy with a stock company, they have the option of telling you what type of dividends or what type of interest you're going to get on your policy. A mutual company, which is like Guardian, Mass Mutual, New York Life, Mutual of Omaha, Northwestern. If you're a whole life policy holder with one of those companies, they're a mutual company, which means to you that you are an owner of the actual company. You're just not a stock certificate holder. You own the company. And the executives of a mutual company, they care about one thing. You know what that is? No, they don't care about you either. What they actually care about is how much money does the insurance company make. Insurance companies make billions of dollars every year. And at the end of the year, they have to split up the pie with everyone who's supposed to get the money. But normally with a stock company, only the top tier of people split up that pie. If you're with a mutual company, everybody who's a policyholder is a part of the ownership, so they all get money. And that's where your dividends come from. That 4 to 6% I kept talking about, that's where it's coming from. Because when they have the profit at the end of the year, they got to redistribute it to every single person that owns a policy. Next slide. So here are some of the common misconceptions about life insurance and those type of things. So let's say I have an infinite banking policy. It's a whole life policy. It was set up properly, but I don't have the same $10,000 I had last year. This year was kind of slow. I got to, take Timmy to the store and go buy some things. I don't have all the money. If you do not have all of the funds available to you in any given year, as long as you pay the premium, which is the minimum amount you can pay to keep your policy in place, your life insurance stays in place. It doesn't cancel, it doesn't lapse, it doesn't go away. And you still have access to your cash that's in the policy and nothing changes. If the next year things got better, Timmy's no longer sick, Timmy got a job, and he starts paying you rent in the house, you got some extra money, you can actually catch up on the money you missed the year before. So you don't lose anything if one year things go bad and then you don't have it the next year. You can still make that money up because if you haven't gone through the process of getting life insurance, there's something called an illustration that happens after you meet. So you call me, like, Andre, I want to get life insurance. I'll say, okay, no problem. We have a conversation. I figure out what you need. Then I do an actual illustration for you. In the illustration, it shows you how much money you're putting in, how much money you're supposed to get from the death benefit if something happens, and how much cash value you have in your policy at any given time from now until 111 years from now. So there's no guessing game. It's not the stock market. Life insurance companies have to follow the contract. And that's why I say you can't compare this to the stock market or any other investment. They're giving you guarantees inside of your policy from day one. So I know many of you, I'll say women for now, would love if their partner told them, I'm going to do this for the next 25 years, no matter what happens. Y'all will never get that. But if you have insurance, you can. Okay. So let's say I want to cancel my policy. What happens to all of my money? Two things happen. One, you can cancel your policy at any given time whenever you want. There is a fee to cancel the policy. It's called a surrender fee. Normally, it's a percentage, 1 to 3% of whatever's in your account is what the insurance company charges you to cancel it. Why are they charging me to cancel my policy? Because when you got this contract, you agreed to pay this amount of money. They agreed to guarantee you this amount of money. You changed the deal. So that's why they're charging you a fee, because you no longer want to be in this contract, and to get out of it, you're going to pay an exit fee. That's where the 1%, the surrender fee comes from. What if I already have a whole life policy? Can I do infinite banking with it? And the answer is it depends. If whoever set up your policy set it up the right way, you may have the ability to go ahead and put extra money into your account and give you the tax benefits and the access to your cash for in and out. That's on a case-by-case basis. I do offer free consultations for anyone who wants to review that, and we can go through your policies. Or if you want to set up a brand new one, you can also do that, because there's no limit as to how many policies you can have. Next slide. That's me. So if you guys want to get more information, if you wanted to set up a consultation, you guys should all have the PowerPoint already, because you took a picture QR code. You can text. Oh, it's not on here. All right, just send me an email. The QR code in the slide in the PowerPoint presentation that you download from the QR code, there's another set of instructions on this page. If you text the word life to that number that's in the PowerPoint, that's on the email you received, it'll put you in contact with my team, and they'll reach out to you to set up a phone call, and however we can assist you, we will help you out. Next slide. Thank you, guys. That's my presentation. Next slide. Just in case you missed in the beginning, this is the QR code. So if you have any questions, take a picture, go through put in information. It will send you the PowerPoint presentation, and it'll also give you my contact information in the PowerPoint itself. So if you guys have any questions, I'm here to help you, and thank you so much.